I told you. I talked about this before and nobody really cared, but now it is here. AI speed paints. So when Sora first debuted, Sora is an AI text-to-video model under development by OpenAI, by the way. I made a video about it. If you want to watch that video, then there'll be the top link in the description. But basically, when Sora first debuted, I made a video about this short clip where you can see an AI generated video of someone painting a watercolor tree, and it was quite iffy, but despite it being iffy, I was just generally very impressed at the quality of Sora, considering how long ago it was that AI text-to-image generators were not even a thought in anyone's minds, and now we already have decent-ish text-to-video generators already. So when I saw that video of the guy painting the watercolor tree, I knew I had to make a video because I thought, oh, now we're getting serious. Now people can not just type in a prompt and generate an incredible digital art piece in seconds, but you can also take the thousands of hours of speed paints that artists have readily uploaded on YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram, and you can use all of that data to train a model which generates a convincing speed paint. And now it looks like you drew your AI art. And lo and behold, 4 months later after I posted that video, and we now have the release of this new tool called PaintsUndo, and we're going to take a look at it together today. But before we look at it, I'm going to quickly show you a speed paint for one of my most recent digital art pieces. So you see there's two types of digital speed paints, and one is where you literally record yourself painting, you screen record, and with that you can obviously see the whole screen, you can see the program, you can see the brush strokes as you make them, you can see your mouse, you can see you know, you moving around the canvas, like tapping on the icons around the canvas. And then there's a second type of speed paint, which is what we call, I guess, an automatic speed paint. So that is a speed paint created by a program. You don't have to record it yourself. So I know Procreate does this for you because I've used Procreate for many years, but I think there's also some other programs which have automatic speed painting as well. But basically, whenever you put your pen down, draw, and then lift your pen up, whatever you drew is a single stroke in the eyes of the program. So when you press the undo button on a digital art program, it takes away your last stroke, it deletes it. AKA the last thing you did before you picked your pen up, that's a stroke. So what a program like Procreate does is when you go to the export time-lapse function in Procreate, it just shows you your stroke history. So it will show you the history of strokes right from the beginning when you first had a blank canvas. So you might not see you, for example, gradually drawing a line, because if you just drew that line in one stroke, then that is one stroke. So one line will just appear on the page. So it's like a series of images almost. So the reason why I'm telling you this is just in case you're not familiar with this. So I wanted to show you this example of my own Procreate speed paint and what those kind of speed paints look like, because that is the kind of speed paint that the AI has been trained on. So this kind of automatic speed paint, not the type of speed paint where you do a screen recording. So keep that in mind when you see the results that I'm about to show you. Okay, so this might blow your mind, but you input an AI generated image and it outputs this video. Now I think what's crazy about this is it doesn't just do the line art and then do the colors, boom, done. It actually draws like a rough sketch and then it refines it, and you see different iterations of that sketch, and you also see stuff like what an artist would do where they hide the layers or make the layers more transparent so that they can then draw draw on top of it, and then they fix it up, they do little changes, there's lots of variations throughout, then they do the flat colours, and then after they've done the flat colours, then they start adding the lighting, the shading, and then they start rendering. So it actually looks like quite a realistic process. It doesn't just do it straight up the first time, there's that variation that you would get in a real speed paint. So there's obviously some stuff off about these videos, we'll get to that in a moment, but I think if I didn't know that this technology existed, I just wouldn't think twice about the legitimacy of a lot of things, and I certainly wouldn't immediately think, oh, that's fake, if I wasn't a digital artist. So here's some kind of weirder examples. I think it gets weird when you add backgrounds because the AI doesn't seem to know how to build up a background in the same way that it builds up the characters. It just seems like it randomly generates a selection of backgrounds until it lands on the right one, which certainly makes it so clear that it's fake. It's also been trained mostly off of anime, which I think is an interesting choice. I'd love to know why. But anyway, it can do other styles too, and I think it's really interesting seeing it do under sketches in another colour as well. You can see it drawing the little cross guidelines and the Loomis head for some of these. It's crazy. So what do you think of this? Because I think I know what I think of this, which is like, come on now. Aren't you embarrassed? Like, are you not embarrassed? I don't understand the concept of wanting to convince people that you made something which you didn't make, because there's no point in this technology other than to convince other people that you're some great artist and you drew this when you didn't. It's simply a scamming tool. Maybe people will use it to scam people out of money for art commissions, saying, oh, this is my art commission, I drew it, look, it's hand drawn, it's not AI. Either that, or people are just going to start going on social media, building up a following as some super talented anime artist because they want the clout when they can't draw like that. I don't know. I just don't understand where the joy is in that personally, because for me, one of the biggest joys of drawing is actually, you know, drawing and then looking back at something that I really like, and then having that feeling of the pride of having put in the time and effort to produce that and to learn the skills to produce that, looking back at my improvement over the years and seeing myself get better and be able to draw the things that I really want to, that maybe a few years ago I thought I'd never get to this stage. So, you know, I just think feel free to type in whatever you want into an AI image generator and output an image to use for whatever. I don't care really, but I just don't get the obsession with having to own it, if that makes sense, because I feel like now on the internet I'm seeing more and more of these AI image generator lovers just talking about, you know, this is my art, it was so hard to make this, I slaved away, I'm thinking of the perfect prompt, it was so hard, this is my work, I made this, prompt engineering is an art and it's a skill and not everyone can do it and create pieces like me, which, you know, I've tried Midjourney when it came out because I was curious, and it is, I can confirm, very easy. People say, oh, it's not just typing in a prompt and then the image comes out and it's perfect. You have to try this prompt and that prompt and you have to chip away at it, and I'm like, I mean, as someone who has generated about 3,000 images in Midjourney when it first came out, because I wanted to do research about it for my YouTube channel, and just I was interested in exploring the technology, I can confirm it actually is that easy. You do just type in a prompt and then it comes out with something really great most of the time. I've even seen some AI art people arguing online because someone, like, quote unquote stole their prompt or stole their idea or whatever and then reposted their AI art somewhere else without their permission. Like, they posted it on Instagram and then someone's like, oi, this is my art, I made it. And it's just so ironic, isn't it? Like, at the end of the day, you typed in a prompt, the algorithm outputted an image. It's really not that deep. It's just an AI generated image. That is what it is, you know. Why pretend you made it from scratch? I guess only to scam people or to troll people, but I just don't understand why, and I think this is just going to make it even more frustrating for artists online trying to post their images, trying to get following, trying to prove that they made their images. So I can't say I'm in support of technology like this. I just really don't get the point. It just is, why would you do it other than to try and prove that you made something when you didn't, which is just scamming people. I really don't get the point in this, but it's here. Link in the description if you would like to go and see the website where I found these examples, and please tell me in the comments what you think of this, because I'm interested. And thank you so much for watching. If you would like to support a digital artist, then maybe stick around, check out some of my other content, and I'll talk more about AI in the future. I always keep up to date with the latest updates on this channel, so hit subscribe if you would like to join, and just let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video. Okay, bye guys.